Well, this is it. The final game of the Players' Championship Series of 2016. The final of the 20th Players' Championship event of the year. And it sees Dave Chisnall, the number 4 seed here today, taking on the number 3 seed Benito van der Pas. Chizzy has won 1 title this year already. Benito has won 2. And between them, they have contested...
That's a bullseye.
How many finals? 9. 10 finals this will be.
That's outside. Benito
between
will
them.
throw first.
Benito will throw first in this one. I'm Dan Dawson talking you through it. And Chris Murphy alongside me for the culmination of Players' Championship 20 live from the Barnsley Metrodome.
Yeah, perhaps fitting in the absence of Michael van Gerwen that 2 players that have won titles this year contest this final. Benito van der Pas just came through a close one with Justin Pipe to get to this stage. Pipe making his first semi-final on the floor for a couple of years. These 2 players have been at this position already, as you said, plenty of times. But which one of them will walk away with the prize of £10,000?
Yes, 6 finals this year for Dave Chisnall. A couple on the European Tour, 1 at the Masters, of course. This is Benito's 5th. But Chizzy's only won 1 title. Benito's got a 50% success rate in his finals this year, and that includes a victory over Michael van Gerwen right here back in April.
Yeah, Chisnall beat Steve Beaton in the Players' Championship event that he won, also at this spectacular venue.
78.
Back in July, the majority of PC events have been played in Barnsley this year.
140.
We're going to give credit to all the winners. Run through those in the next leg, just to remind you who's been successful on the tour.
121.
Van der Pas has his eyes on finishing this first leg with a 96 kill.
Well, it's sort of a tentative effort at double-double there. Didn't really give it a chance. Wanted the double 18 for double top. The likelihood is he's coming back, and in fact he is coming back to have a look at double top to get the first leg on the board. But Chizzy will be there ready to pounce if he slips up.
Yeah, it was like one of those pool shots that you just roll over the pocket and think it might drop in. But if not, I'll come back next time and knock it in, and that's what he did. Benito van der Pas. Yeah, the Players' Championship season started in March. Peter Wright winning the first event. Then there's been wins for Stephen Bunting, Michael van Gerwen, of course. Then Van der Pas got his first of 2. Ian White, who's had 3 wins. Gerwyn Price went back-to-back after Josh Payne got a title. Gary Anderson's won 1, and Simon Whitlock won the last 2 before today.
Yeah, so we have got a new winner since we started streaming it. Either Benito or Chizzy will be taking the £10,000. But they've had good years. They've been very strong in all the tournaments, all the various series that they've been involved in. We'll obviously be seeing Chizzy and Van der Pas at the Players' Championship finals. We'll be seeing him at the European Tour. Dave Chisnall will be at the Grand Slam of Darts as well, by virtue of his run to the final of the Masters. That was his 4th major final. Still yet to claim one. But I wouldn't rule out Chizzy going all the way and winning a big TV tournament at some point in the future.
Well, look, perhaps both these players are contenders to do that. Van der Pas is only 23.
120.
Certainly got time on his side. But yeah, for probably a couple of years, everyone has singled out Peter Wright and Dave Chisnall as the next major champions in waiting.
140.
He just doesn't do much wrong, Dave Chisnall, in TV events. He just keeps running into Michael van Gerwen playing spectacular darts, as happened at the Grand Prix just earlier this month.
Yeah, it was always Phil Taylor that proved his undoing, usually in the last day of the semi-finals of big events, as Chizzy now looks at that, and it's got 2 trebles for Dart at double top for a 160 checkout. It's just low.
Well, he found 2 trebles. Van der Pas needs to do the same to take this out, but not that one. And Chisnall will return, looking to peg double 10 and get his first leg on the board.
Just sliding alongside that Chizzy.
Game
Yeah,
shot.
just like that. Just like that. One apiece. They've had similar days, these two. They just bashed their way through their boards, won their first 3 games, only dropping
177.
5 and 6 legs, respectively, for Chisnall and Van der Pas, as a 177 for Van der Pas to kick this leg off.
Well, I saw Van der Pas a couple of times on the live stream. He was on board too a couple of times. He beat Matt Edgar with an impressive performance. But I was impressed with how he dealt with Justin Pike, because it took him a while to get into that match. He found himself 3-0 and 4-1 down and just hung on in there. And when his chances came, he took them. And that's what's got him in this final.
Yeah, the most serious examinations Dave Chisnall's had today. Steve West took 4 legs off him. Dal Gurney took 4 legs off him in the semi-final. Nobody has pushed Dave Chisnall to a deciding leg.
100.
He may be forced to go all the way here against Benito van der Pas, who, as you say, as an up-and-coming and young player, seems to have everything in his locker
67.
to go and have a big future in this game.
I was looking through Van der Pas's record as he eyes up this 84. And he's not going to take it out in this visit, but he'll return. He does have quite a few first and second round exits, but when he gets past those stages, he tends to go deep into the tournaments, quarters, semis, finals, even win the tournament. So I work on the theory that he gets better and better as the day goes on.
Game shot.
Well, it has been a long day, and if Benito van der Pas has saved his best for the final here, then it could well be a 3rd title for Benito this year.
Yeah, play started an hour later than usual today. So if you're just tuning in, John, it hasn't been that long.
60.
But these boys have been in this venue a long time. I'm sure they'll be thinking it's worth it when they pick up their prize money.
84.
We've been in the venue for the same amount of time, Dan, for a very small fraction of those earnings.
81.
So all those big names knocked out so early in the tournament.
100.
Gary Anderson, the world champion, James Wade, of course. Michael van Gerwen not here, but we do have the number 3 and 4 seeds contesting it, and familiar faces in the
100.
closing stages of these tournaments. But it does kind of underline how hard they are to go and win. We've seen a number of different faces making the finals
57.
over the last few weeks. But ultimately, Michael van Gerwen won 4 on the spin. Simon Whitlock, a seasoned campaigner and a man who knows how to win, won the last couple. And it would not be,
90.
if you'd said at the start of the day it's going to be Dave Chisnall, Benito van der Pas, I don't think anybody would have called you a lunatic.
55.
In the last 14, well, 15 including today, unless Benito van der Pas is runner-up, but the last 14 before today, there's been 14 different runners-up in Players' Championship events. Van der Pas being one of them. When Dave Chisnall got to the final, he won.
93.
But we had Chris Dobie yesterday having an excellent run to the final. As Chisnall looks at tops,
52.
clatters into the other darts, and Van der Pas now has a chance to break the Chizzy throw.
Big moment in this game. Van der Pas needs to find the treble 20. I don't believe he has there. No, he
56.
certainly didn't. So Chizzy once again will look at double 10. He pinned this in the second leg to level the match. Oh, double 5.
50.
Oh, a real snatch from Chizzy. You could see him reach and the head jerk back. Yanked the dart down. Didn't get enough air. And Van der Pas will get 2 darts to break and double top for a 3-1 lead. Ooh, double 10.
36.
Missed opportunity. But these can be awkward. Smirk from Chizzy. Big 1. That's the easy bit. Double 2. Not close enough for Dave Chisnall, peering over his second dart to see if he'd found the target. He hadn't. Van der Pas now for a 3-1 lead.
Double 10 for Big Ben. Slide it in alongside Benny. Can't. Double 5. What's going on?
Nervy stuff here. Not what you'd expect from guys who've made a number of finals over the course of the year. I'm not sure what the hold-up is here, Chiz.
I think he was working out which route to go.
Double 2, man.
2.
Well, it's all got a bit pub darts here in the final. What is happening? Double 2. Can anybody hit double 2?
3.
No. No is the answer. They're both on double 1 in the final of the last Players' Championship event of the year. The two best players over the course of the day just cannot kill off this fourth leg.
Well, this leg was befitting of a madhouse finish. Surely Dave Chisnall's going to clip that in underneath the barrel.
No score.
And he's missed. And it's all a bit of a mess in this leg. But if Van der Pas can peg this, he breaks Chizzy's throw. That's nowhere near, but that's in. And whatever the method, that could be a pivotal leg in this final.
A ridiculous leg that may well prove to be the most important in this final. It is the first break of throw. Madhouse finish, both men stuck on double 1, and Benito is the man who gets over the line just. Benito does have a winning record against Dave Chisnall. He's won 3 of their previous 5 meetings. He beat him at the World Championship when he made that run to the last 16. That was in the 2015 World Championship, played in December 2014, as Benito fires in a 180. That's the first of this final.
It's often the case when you see a scrappy end to a leg where neither player can seem to hit a double, and then you just fire 3 in the treble 20 bed. Van der Pas, I mentioned before, beat Matt Edgar in the quarter-final. Just a bit of credit to Edgar, because that run today got him into the Players' Championship finals.
95.
One man who won't be too pleased about is Andy Hamilton, because he's the man that we're missing out on Minehead because of that. Now Van der Pas. 2 big trebles.
90.
But misses the double. We're not going to go through all that again, are we, Dan?
Well, it is the double 18.
88.
If you come inside and that's the 9. Nobody likes the tricky switch to double 9, as we call it. Do they, Benito? Aha, well, with Chizzy not on a finish, I think he's made the sensible decision there to split it, and he'll come back with 3 clear darts in his hand looking at double 8.
Yeah, didn't like the switch.
100.
Didn't fancy the switch. Does he fancy? Double 8 for a 4-1 lead. Double 4.
12.
Well, Benito makes his inexorable way down to double 1. Chizzy, 68, to steal a break back. 16 or 8. It's double top. And Chisnall just above the target. But if the last leg is anything to go by, this is not as easy as you might think. Double 2 for Benito for 4-1. Awkward.
Game shot.
Not that awkward, though. It is 4-1. Benito van der Pas takes a stranglehold on this final.
Yeah, the Dutchman closing in on victory now. And a 3rd Pro Tour victory for Benito van der Pas. A 3rd Pro Tour victory this year
30.
for Big Ben. And he's certainly making his mark as a top-class professional player. Never mind prospect. He's a contender now.
95.
And you wonder, the semi-final between Pipe and van der Pas, it started a bit later than the Chizzy one when he beat Darryl Gurney, and then obviously it went 11 legs. Longer. Chizzy's been either sat around or practicing. You wonder whether it's just knocked him out of his stride a bit.
57.
Decent second leg from him, but it's not the level that we've seen from him so far today, and he needs to up it significantly if he is going to worry Benito van der Pas, because right now he is not doing enough.
Well, van der Pas got himself out of this position in the semi-final against Justin Pipe. Came back from 4-1 down to secure a 6-5 victory, but it's a legitimate point. Van der Pas has been able to just carry on throwing, have a little practice in the 5 or 10 minute break that we had between the semi and the final, but Chisnall's break was probably around half an hour, 40 minutes, and you've got to get it right. What you're doing there, how much do you practice, how much do you rest?
85.
He must love Barnsley, Dave Chisnall. He's won 5 titles here. He knows what it takes to go and win these floor events. I mean, he was best floor player back in sort of 2012, and that's more like it from Chizzy. Fires in his first maximum.
Yeah, he's very, very capable of the sort of surges that we always associate with players like Van Gerwen, Anderson, Lewis. Dave Chisnall, when he gets hitting those treble 20s,
68.
he gets on little runs, but he's left himself in that tricky position of having 5 left if Van der Pas should present him with the opportunity to go for it.
Double top. It's there, it's 5-1 with another break, and Benito van der Pas is on the verge of yet another Players' Championship title. He's won 2 already this year. He beat Michael van Gerwen in a deciding leg. He smashed Joe Cullen up in the other final 6-0.
58.
There were also losses to Ian White and Michael van Gerwen in the final of these Players' Championship events. Is he about to make it 3 wins out of 5 and condemn Dave Chisnall to a 5th defeat in a final in 2016?
Well, watch out for Benito van der Pas at the European Championship as well. That's next weekend in Belgium. He takes on Max Hopp there. Will he be going there? A winner with the momentum. Dave
Chisnall not only has to win the last 5 legs, but 3 of them are on the Van der Pas throw. This looks like an almost impossible job, certainly with the way that Chizzy is playing. We have only seen 180 for him, and he's having an absolute mare killing off legs.
60.
Yeah, time is running out for Dave Chisnall in this final against a man who's nicknamed after a famous clock for some reason.
137.
Great set-up shot from Chizzy. He will come back looking at double top. The doubles have not been his ally so far in this final today, and Benito knows if he can just give himself an opportunity, that is exactly what he has done right there. He will get 2 match darts unless Chisnall can find a double. Can he find it? Can he find double 10? No, he can't. And Van der Pas will get 2 darts for the title for a 3rd Pro Tour win of 2016. Benito van der Pas.
Double 16 for victory. And he gets it. Benito van der Pas, a 6-1 defeat of Dave Chisnall in the final Players' Championship event of 2016. That makes it a hat-trick of wins for Benito. Thanks for joining us on the live stream. Benito van der Pas, your final winner. We'll be back next year. Thanks for watching.